Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sunrise Parabellum finale. Today I have for you a best of 5 series between Mad and Mortis fan club. Representing Mad, on the first of this best of 5, we have got D-Star playing as the Ox, and we have got Simuli XV as the Imperial Guard, and they are facing up against the Kez 1998, God, imagine, heaven forbid, being that young, playing as the Eldar. And we have also got, where's my camera going? There we are. And Blast Furnace playing as the Tau. So we are on Vanilla Soulstorm. The winners of the group stages who won the most points were indeed Team Mad. So they picked not only the map, not only the version of the game as well. So they wanted to play Vanilla. They wanted to play on, oh god, what's this map called again? Ungoa Crater? Something like that. Which is a very interesting map to open up with, considering that both teams are opposite each other. So potential for rushing one team if the other teammate of their opponents aren't wily and wary enough to go about it. Tau going to go for their not a force commander, just a regular commander. A Tau commander, some would say. As his guardsmen move straight up out ahead. Won't be able to see the stealth suit, but they will be able to certainly see anything else should they wish to open fire. So that's interesting. Not sure how the guard are going to do against a Tau commander. Probably not going to do all that well. But oh, that's interesting. An early Shooter Boy squad going to come over. Combining their firing forces, should be able to do a lot of damage, but the Tau commander is going to jump over and join his Dark Reaper allies on the other side. Imperial commander, or general shall we say, he's been instantly killed. Not a great opening. And the Imperial Guard will go for that decap, preventing any kind of listing post with some shooting bits being upgraded here. And the Orc Shooter Boys, yeah, this is not the best opening for Mad, has to be said. Love the aggressive plays. Even bringing the Grots over just to keep these Dark Reapers on the move. Throwing everything they have at the Tau and Eldar here. More Slugger Boys are going to come over. Big Mech also join the fray. Command Squad being rebuilt. Going to be equipped with a Priest. And a Commissar as well going to join the ranks of these Guardsmen here. I was going to talk a lot about strategy, a lot about Faria. Maybe even introduce the players a little bit and have a little bit of like a highlight reel of what's been going on during this tournament, but clearly not. No, this is a game where the action happens straight away as we open up here, which is a good portent for the games to come. Dark Reaper's over here, picking off these guardsmen. Big Mech, where have you gone, Big Mech? Oh, you're over here just pimp slapping these Fire Warriors. Tau over here taking some shots at the Slugger Boys. Dark Reapers being fleet-footed around every which way that they can, trying to avoid any kind of close combat shenanigans. Slugger Boys have been squad wiped here. And the Tau Fire Warriors, only one model left. That model has been taken down. And Tau Commander, you're over here, but you're engaging a little bit too close and personal. Guardsmen having the morale broken, but that Tau Commander not looking too healthy. And double Dark Reapers. Not bad for the old defensive capabilities. Able to kill Shooter Boy and Guardsman alike quite easily if they are left to their own devices, but this Commissar and Big Mech, best friends forever, working to stop them from firing around. Command Squad over here. Priest and Psyker in tow, trying to fend off these Dark Reapers. If they're able to get these Dark Reapers down, it'll be a major boon to them. Double Tech Priest walking over. There we go. Heavy Bottle Turret being placed smack bang in the middle of the Tau base. Plasma Generator already feeling a bit low in the old health department. Farseer comes over though, but the Big Mech is still quite healthy. Oh, hello, Paid. Ah, damn it. I mentioned this in yesterday's cast. I should have really switched the Discord off. Now we'll do that for the next game. But hello, Paid. Well done. You're famous. Your name has been immortalised in the Sunrise Parabellum tournament final. Yeah, Farseer not really doing all that well. She's trying to prevent this turret from being built up, and with all her knockback abilities, should be able to keep this Tech Priest engines here away from the Heavy Bottle Turret, but it is almost finished being built up. Of Guardians and Fire Warriors from over this side. Dark Reapers holding the centre quite nicely. Slugger Boys aren't really going to be making all that many moves towards assisting the Guardsmen. All their morale's been broken. And this Farseer, oh dear. No, that is not what you want. Absolutely destroyed by the big power claw of the big mech. Stormboys now coming in. My goodness, we haven't even been able to look at the blooming tech situation going on for anyone. I mean, Tower's struggling. Imperial Guard, they've got some gubbins on the go. I mean, let's say gubbins, I mean, not really. Everyone's kind of like tier 1 listing person. Everyone's just throwing all their money in their tier 1 options. The Orcs have managed to go up for their war banners a little bit to get those Stormboys out. And the big mech not relenting one iota. Focus firing that Tower Commander, doing a fair bit of damage, so he manages to narrowly jump back and avoid death. But for how much longer, who can really say? Guardians charging forward. Dark Reapers looking to get some of this squishy infantry down to size. Got a snare trap right over here. Hopefully they can, there we go, might potentially snag those Stormboys. I think they did snag them when they jumped over. Not sure if that was how it's meant to work, but that's what it looked like to me. Guards morale being broken. Commissar soon to die as well. And some Vespids joining the fighting in the middle. Quite decent in close combat. And with all this, with the Listing Shrine being upgraded, there's quite a defensible position for the Eldar and the Tau. Even the big mech losing quite a lot of his shooter boys. And yeah, to be fair, for when taking trades into consideration, the Orcs have lost quite a significant amount. Also been blundered up by some grenades there. Stormboys are going to come in and try and bash some economy bits about. May as well, considering that there's nothing defensive in their base at the moment. Imperial Guard running all the way home, but we'll see this Listing Shrine on that relic over there, so probably a good idea to bash that. But yeah, the Tau and Eldar looked like they were in quite a desperate situation at the beginning, I'll be honest. Especially when that Farseer went down, the Tau Commander had very low health, but managing to defend themselves. Oh, core blimey, let's have a look at the economies at the moment. 80 and 10, 62 and 20, 86 and 20, and 80 and 10. So, not terrible. No huge, big differences. But, yeah, the listing post down here being bashed about, being outranged by Tau Commander and Dark Reapers. Grots are trying to repair it, but they are not infiltrated, so they will not be able to succeed. And even if they were infiltrated, those Vespids would be able to spot them with their old buggy eyes. Over on this side, got a couple of guardsmen trying to fend off these Guardians. The Guardians almost get a squad wipe there. Not quite. Guardians witnessing their doom over on this side as well. Shooter boys firing away, but the Vespids won't allow them a moment of reprieve or respite. As the Stormboys try and look to see if they can get some sort of engagement, but realistically you don't want to waste your Stormboys on the Vespids, not unless of course you got that superior number advantage there. Yeah, good lord, sorry, I have no idea what was going on there. My game decided to, well, not the game, it was like some frame rate issue, so I was going to minimise the game and then minimising it then made it crash. So anyway, we're back here. Listing Shrine got to be bashed by the looks of it by the Stormboys. Oh no, never mind, this Tower Commander certainly not in a position where he wants to be. Being bashed on all sides, managing to survive. Oh no, never. Haha. If you know the reference, you know the reference. I ain't gonna shame myself again, but haha. Yeah, we got some Dark Reapers moving around the side, looking to get some shots off on these Stormboys who are smack bang in the middle, surrounded by a lot of firepower there, but will be supported by some teleporting shooter boys as well as a couple of Chimeras. Tier 2 finishing just about now for the Eldar, so probably some Fire Dragons might be the way forward here. The Taking All victory is on. Remember that in the Sunrise Parabellum tournament, all the capturing points are valid. Valid like a $2 salad. But yeah, Guardsmen jumping in, jumping out, shaking it all about. As these Dark Reapers trying to avoid being smacked around by these Stormboys. Stormboys keeping a good chase on them. And all of a sudden, the Eldar and the Tau were in a really strong position, but it's quickly changing by the looks of things. Aspect Portal being bashed in by the priests and the commanders. But Stormboy's going to jump away for reasons. Why are you running away? You've got all these points to keep occupied. When the Aspect Portal goes down, Dark Reapers trying to get some sort of purchase on these guys. We do have the... Oh, are you Tau people? Have you got your anti... Yeah, you've got your fusion blasters. There we go. So they're going to be on Chimera hunting duties, while the Dark Reapers benefiting from that spotting from where are they? The Pathfinders. Whatever that ability is, helps them kill all the sorts from a distance. And Big Mech doing what he can. Listing posts have gone down all about the place. Apart from over here, with the aspect portal being rebuilt. But yeah, I mean, I was about to say that looked like a game-ending kind of charge there, but no, the Tau coming in with those clutch fusion blasters. Priest over here, not wanting to run away back home. He was willing to stand where he wanted, but not a recipe for staying alive, if I do say so myself. Those Storm Boys now saying, right, okay, well, Mr. Tau Man, if you're going to go over on that side, we're going to come over on this side. Triple air cast builders will not be able to get anywhere close to this listing post. Storm Boys with their knobs that have now got power claws, ideal for slicing their way through buildings. The Chimeras over here not going to survive against the stealth suits, even with this priest firing his electricity about. Double Chimeras over here trying to shake away this listing person. Almost doing it, but will take them a while. Storm Boys decapping some bits and bobs while also crumping these plasma generators. Lots of economic damage done by these Storm Boys, really earning their keep here. The Shooter Boys moving into position. Potentially. No, where are you going? Are you thinking about what's going on over here? To be fair, can't really ignore it. Being attacked on all sides here. Vehicle beacon going up over... the old bait and switch. Make them think they're going to go this way, when actually going to run over this way to assist your ally. The heavy weapons team going to be covering the retreat of this Shooter Boy squad, but need to get that big mech over so they can see what's going on with this stealth suit team. Do have a Psyker being recruited first and foremost by this command squad, just so they're able to spot them. But alone, quite a fragile hero. Over on this side, Fire Dragons and Dark Reapers making their way in. Quick work on this boys' hut. And with this listing post down as well, the entire front of the Orc base is open, right for the plunder. Might need to bring those Stone Boys back and see if they can share them away. A Barracuda soon to come out from the vehicle beacon. Over on this side, Orcs moving backwards and forwards, being spotted by the Pathfinders. Just need to stay out of range combat from those Fire Warriors just for a little while until that goes. Unless, of course, they can handle the casualties, which realistically, fighting over on that side is probably not advantageous when you've got your entire front base open. But the best way to counter an offensive is by being offensive yourself. But the Eldar, with this being a small map, are able to use their fleet of foot to full effect. Oh god, that was a bit of a tongue twister, wasn't it? Fleet of foot to full effect. Turn that into a rap. Send those lyrics to Cardi B. Storm Boys, though, not giving up. They are going to continue on their warpath. Aircraft builder trying to keep this listing post up and alive, but won't do any good, I'm afraid. Although, oh no, maybe. Potentially. Can they do it? Harlequin's in there as well. My goodness, the little aircraft builder that could. You know, miracles do happen in the 41st millennium. Maybe not often. They do happen sometimes. And with 1 minute till taking hold victory, someone needs to start decapping this critical location in the middle. It is currently on the Mortis fan club side of things. So if they could just hold this centre, they are laughing until they win the first game. So one big push from the Orcs and the Imperial Guard is what they need. Oh no, D-Star throws all out GG. Okay, so the first game goes to Mortis fan club. Very nice stuff, very scrappy game. I was kind of hoping that the first game would be a little bit calmer so I could go into a bit of detail and stuff like I said earlier on, but hey ho, such is the way of war and stuff. Let's go on to game number 2. Okay then, so game number 2, we are on Doom Spiral, and we are in a unification match. We've got number 65-67 playing as the Necrons, And we've got Simlai 15 playing as the Imperial Guard. The opposing team have got Vrax as the Death Corps of Krieg. And we've got Blast Furnace as the Orcs. So with the, so with Mad losing the previous game, this is the map and the game version that they've chosen. Also been able to counterpick against these guys, so they'll know that they've gone against Death Corps, Krieg, and the Orcs. So something special about the Necrons and the Imperial Guard that works well together. I mean, that's quite an interesting opening. An infantry command inside the Necron base, allowing them to move backwards and forwards as willy-nilly as they like. Also, building a plasma generator there, so a little bit of teamwork there. Nice to see the Imperium and the Necrons working in tandem. But yeah, this map is quite an interesting one, considering, I mean, I was about to say, well, the bunkers Vrax, and Vrax has said, you know what, yep, just pop one right there. Well within range of this natural strategic point for number here, as well as also covering this critical location in the middle. And there is only one, and unlike other versions of Doom Spiral, you can only go in through this way or through that way. So quite a lot of the battles on this version of the map kind of happen in the middle here. Whoever can capture the middle the quickest and the bestest tends to win. Guardsmen looking to have a little poke around here, but won't be going past our observation post anytime soon. Command squad going to be shooting around, having a look at those Jaegers, killing one model. And looks like looks like a bit of friendly fire there, but I can assure you it was the commander who was being shot there. Already on half health, got a priest in his ranks. Shutboy's going to be going for those Builder Scarabs as the Necron warriors move forward. Necron's quite a slow faction on such a small map, but oh dear, where's my frame rate going? Don't down me now, frame rate. Hold on for a second. Oh, well, terribly sorry about that. That was my fault for even thinking about having high textures on for a unification game. But there we go, it's fine. Storm Boys, not Storm Boys, Shooter Boys gonna be firing at these Necron warriors. Jaeger's been moving forward as well as this big mech with the Slugger Boys. Commander will come in for some support as well as the Commissar moving around from those infantry commands. There's quite a lot of firepower. And like I said, just before the game went wibbly wobbly, Necrons are quite a slow faction to be opening up with on a map this small. And no ghost turrets neither, which is quite surprising. But we will see them coming out, more Builder Scarabs on the way. Necron Lord trying to shoo away those Shooter Boys. Shoo the shooters, shall we say. Guardsmen firing with their... There we go. That's a ghost turret right in the back lines. And I love the aggressive plays with all these Grots. There must be something in the water, clearly, but Grot versus Necron Lord. I would love to see a Grot's kill animation on a dynastic lord of such pedigree. But yeah, in the previous game, Mad was quite aggressive in their opening. Now they are getting a taste of their own medicine. Tons of Jaegers massed together, unable to retreat when they'll have their morale broken. But they're here to stay. At least I said they were here to stay, but now they're not. A pile of dead and dying on the battlefield outside the base of the Necrons. But yeah, unable to really push out all that much. But do we have much in the way of... Yeah, the Imperial Guard have got all their stuff over here, but... Yeah, the centre, that's going to be a real difficult time for the Necrons and Imperial Guard to take on. Unless, of course, the Necrons go for quick tier 2. They are building up that summoning court. They're slowly going for their plasma generators, only opening up with a quad generator opening, as they've probably had to spend a lot of their money on other gubbins. Reinforcing those Necron warriors. Guardsmen now looking a little bit stronger. Able to open up with stuff. The Necron Lord trying to keep those strategic points uncaptured. We've got those Grots about. Last thing you want is a listing post of the Orcish Persuasion being built right inside your base. Acts as sort of like a mini turret. And a gun turret emplacement going on over here. Isn't that tier 2? Maybe. I think it is tier 2. I was going to say, because they don't get their main thingy is bunkers, isn't it? He says with no degree of confidence, please correct me in the chat. Too many factions to learn. More Necron warriors out on the way. But yeah, not looking pretty for Mad here as the Orcs come over on this side. Well, everyone's down south trying to keep the Necrons safe. The Orcs see an opportunity and try and strike these guys down. And a tier 2 listing post will be a real sad thing to lose here. Temporary agency being bashed around. With the command squad coming over. And then jumping back in and jumping back out. Grots slowly but surely dying. In fact, can they, oh dear, that's sad. That's sad. I was hoping that they'd live till the very end, till the bitter very end. But finally that listing post goes down. Guardsman being forced outside. Big Mech is now going to rejoin the shooter boys and see if he can stroll away, casual as you like. While this is going on, the Necrons doing a bit of a counter push themselves. Double Necron warriors. Now John Cena being preventing that listing post from firing in. Now going to go for that juicy power generator over onto that side. Pile of guns being built up. Potential for big shooters at the moment. One sniper kill team sneaking around but being seen by the Builder Scarabs. Or has he not researched his infiltration? Maybe that's it. Yeah, just trying to sneak around. Not the sneakiest of lads without his infiltration, but does a lot of damage to... Is it infantry and heavy infantry? Is that what you do? Oh, infantry and morale, kind of like most things, but commander armor all the same.
3 minutes until taken.
But yeah, the centre, that's the main thing. They can push and harass the flanks as much as they like, but the middle is where the real biscuits are woven. Heavy weapons platoon in the middle, as well as double gun turret emplacements. Going to be quite the killing field for the Necrons to go for. I must say that when Mad picked this map, Vrax must have had a very specific plan in mind, and he certainly executed it very well. No way, realistically, they're going to break things this way, unless, of course, they go... Maybe the Imperial Guard, if they go around onto this side, push past this observation post and start capping things this way, but very limited amount of time at the moment. Necron's going to gather their forces in their entirety. Got some Wraiths in there as well. The Necron Monolith having this spawn point being attuned to the Necron Lord. They can get one Wraith in, and then phase shift it. Should be alive long enough to be able to decap that. Warriors moving forward. Once again, deja vu. Sniper with a Voxcaster to join him. Also got a phylactery for the Necron Lord. He's got all his upgrades, as we saw earlier, that Forbidden Archive been defeated. And the Canoptic Wraith looking to see if he can take down these sniper kill teams, but realistically, man, this is the target you want to go for. Is he actually going to do it? Or is he just going to forego objectives in their entirety? I mean, he's having a difficult time keeping up that. There we go. Well done. Activate that phase shift. Yeah, you'll be alright. Necron's sneaking around over here. What was that flying thing? Oh, builders. Dacker Jets coming out lethal against many a thing. Oh no, the Riff got killed. Oh no. That's why the Canoptic Riff, a fresh one. Oh, but that's... Oh. Very sneaky, very cheeky. Big Mech coming in. Gonna try and beat him back, but even when he's on his backside, the Canoptic Wraith can do his business. Necron Lord moving in with his own phase shifter to keep him alive and well. And does manage to squeak out that decap in the critical location in the middle there, so time for some fun in the sun. John Cena beam preventing these turrets from firing, and now a whole smorgasbord of guardsmen going to pour in, see if they can focus down on all this good stuff before any of their forces die en masse. Necron Lord now teleporting back over here, seeing if they can keep away this Dacker Jet. They don't have any counters to the Dacker Jet. Oh no, yeah they do. Immortals. Immortals are always a good shout, do a lot of damage to anything vehicular. Just need to get them in place. Need to keep them out of close combat, as they are quite fragile. Only a couple of volleys. Already a tenth of its health is down. Necron's falling like paper mache in front of, well, just all this Dacker, really. I mean, these shooter boys, only 3 in the squad at the moment, well, 4 now, but they had 3 big shooters. The biggest shooters that Dundead ever did. And it's all of a sudden turned a bit sour for the Mad team again. A lot of heavy weapons. Imperial Guard seem to have been destroyed. They are building up a mechanized command as well as an air command. Have you got the economy for it? We haven't done an economy check in this game yet. But the action is just too pure, too good. You can be safely assume that Mortis fan club is bringing out the big economy since they've had very little in the way of listing post losses, and also capture that centre for most of the game. But yeah, Dakajet unchallenged in the air, smoke billowing from every which way. We do have a Tomb Blade out. Tomb Blades are remarkably good against infantry, but won't be able to stand up to this consistent amount of firepower, especially with all these heavy weapons platoons. Necrolord is there, managing to tie up one or two models, but not enough. Tomb Blade goes down, Necrolord also goes down. A number is not inclined to carry on playing, and he does say GG in that one, so, oh my goodness. It's a 2-0 to Mortis fan club at the moment, so let's see if Mortis can clutch out the quick win in this best of 5. Alright, so game 3 on Biffy's Peril. We're back in vanilla, and we've got the Kez 1998 as the Eldar, and the Blast Furnace as the Force of Chaos, versus Mad's Epials as the Sisters of Battle, and D-Star as the Orcs. So this is the last game for Mad to be able to stay in it. They've got to win. I mean, if they want to win the tournament, they've got to win every single game from this point onwards. So a lot of pressure on these players at the moment. We do see just all the cultists coming out for the Blast Furnace here. Going to pop down a heavy bottle turret straight outside his base, covering, what, 1, 2, yeah, three capture points, which is fairly aggressive. It does have to be said. Probably will go for the armory as well. Yeah, the armory's there, so for grenades and stuff. Whether that will work against Seraphins, I mean, the Seraphins will be knocked around by the grenade launchers, I imagine, so not a bad, terrible shout. The Orcs down here, looking to see if they can go up against those Eldar that they struggled with earlier on. While we're opening with one squad of Dark Reapers at the moment, maybe even a second one. Fleet of Foot on the way as standard. But yeah, very tense it must be. Sweating buckets must the Mad team be feeling at the moment. They're going to come in, engaging in a bit of fisticuffs, although they're standing against it. Got to be careful with all this negative cover around the map at the moment. And it seems like all these 2v2 maps have only got one critical location, so that's a theme at the moment. There's some Seraphins coming around over on this side. Will be annoyed by this heavy bolter turret, but won't be deterred. They will just move around the other side and seeing if they can get some good shots off on these cultists. I mean, left to their own devices, they could probably kill a good couple of cultists, but when there's so many of them, and when they've got their grenade launchers as well, also been supported by Dark Reapers, yeah, this is not a happy situation for them to be in. May as well bees on back home. Avoid them like the plague. Over on this side, I've got some Orcs just casually walking in, decapping bits and bobs. Not allowing a listing shrine to be built up on the front at the moment. Seraphins standing in the heavy cover, trying to keep away from the mainstay of the damage from the Dark Reapers. But yeah, Seraphins, I don't know if they're going to be all that effective on this map. Well, just because of the current build orders of everyone. And it's quite a small map as well, so even if you do manage to get behind the back lines and bash some plasma generators, it's not going to take them long to come back and do some defending. But we're going to stick with it. Double Seraphins flying around. Missionary moving a bit too far forward will be taken down by the heavy bottle turret and the grenade launchers of the cultists. Slugger Boys still on that capping fury, wanting to raise their Mad's cockerel above all that they see, but squad wipe going on down there as well. Oh no, never mind. One narrowly survives. Well done him. But the cultist, Mad, cackling, standing like a menace in the middle. No one able to get by them as of yet. Dark Reaper's just mowing down these Slugger Boys. A grenade. A little bit of a wasteful grenade, I do have to say. I don't think a grenade in that situation was the most optimal thing, but who am I to judge the wisdom of the Kez? I was going to jump inside the listing post just for now, just to get the boots dry after walking through all that negative cover. And the Seraphins are going to try and maneuver around over on this side and maybe provide some assistance. I hope they provide some assistance, because they're still just watching their Orc comrade die. But then again, a good Xenos is a dead Xenos, regardless of if they're on your side or not. They jump over the Eldar in Chaos, see if they can shoot up the back line, and shoot them up they will, but won't push too far forward as the Orcs slowly move forward. Here we go, Grot squad number 3. This is the new meta, boys and girls. Always use your Grots for a good stabbing, especially when you've only got a squad of shooter boys on the field. I mean, what are they going to do? Just sit around that base and build things? Nah, that's not proper Orky behaviour. Yeah, Eldar falling backwards towards the Chaos forces. A good amount of Seraphins now, all on auto-reinforce. And this is sticking quite a bit. Eldar now been separated from their own base here. Would be really handy if they could... Oh yeah, the listening shrine, once that gets upgraded, that'll certainly change the tune. This listening shrine here also been upgraded, so ideally perfect time, really. Seraphins will try and take it down, but they will fall back as the Warhurst of the Eldarian Chaos try and catch them out. Canoness using an Inferno pistol, wonderful against heavy infantry, but not much in the way of heavy infantry to fire at. But still incredibly accurate as well. For what it is. All goes relatively quiet. Let's have a look at the economies really, really quick. We have got... double clicking. We have got 92 and 20 and 104 and 30 compared to 86 and 30 and 110 and 20. So yeah, do with that information what you will. Fairly evens all around. Seraphins trying to look at that relic over here. This relic is still being denied from the Orcs, but they've got their own here. Not sharing with the sisters at all. Canoness taking loads of grenades to the face. Seraphins whittle down this listing post. Down the south side, double Dark Reapers showing the Orcs the business. Even with the heavy cover, even with their listing post in support. Struggling, but the war truck will come out soon. And that might be the thing to turn the tide here. Dark Reapers not known to be able to kill vehicles all that well, unless of course they're massed on number. And the Force of Chaos, are you in tier 2 at the moment? Look at that. It's like a predicting things almost. The worst superhero power in the world, the ability to predict 2 seconds into the future. Yeah, they've gone for their tier 2. War truck now out. Chasing around Dark Reapers, managing to get one model before turning its attention up north. Machine Pit being scrabbled up by the heretics. But they still look quite confident. We've got a good amount of lads, and like we say, they've currently 2-0 in this best of 5. So they could just chill out. They've got loads of room to make mistakes. Although obviously don't make mistakes if you can avoid it, but they're sitting quite comfortably at the moment on their laurels. Big mech with his big boys having a ganders at this listing shrine. Double war tracks as well should be able to help them take that one down very quickly, and there it goes. Right down. Defiler now out. Able to add its artillery fire, its close combat range stuff, as well as some good old-fashioned melee scrummage. The Celestian squads armed with... Well, looked like they were armed with something then for a second, but no, they've just got the regular guns at the moment. Still able to take out the listing post there. Gonna make short work of this one over on this side as well. Chaos Cult is trying to defend their Eldar ally, but falling foul of losing their own bits and bobs in the base. Angelic Visage going down on these Seraphins as they try and take down this place as quickly as possible, but going to jump out the way, or at least try and jump out the way of that Chaos Sorcerer. Celestians now going to upgrade themselves some multi-melters, hopefully taking on that Defiler. But the front lines for these teams are very malleable. No one's sticking around in one area for too long, which is nice to see. War trucks and war tracks taking their pot shots where they can. Defiler goes down. Cultists are now infiltrated, so that'll be a real pain for the orcs and the sisters. We'll need a missionary or two to be able to see him, or at least failing that, the big mech to come back, wherever he is. Oh no, he says that. He's on the screen. He's right there. Hiding in plain sight is a sneaky get. Horror's coming out. Be taking care of that war track. No time flat. God's trying to repair, quote-unquote, that war track. The fire dragons looking to turn vehicle armor into cinders. Holding on to that centre. And maybe that's the way to play this. Biffy's peril is notoriously difficult for invading someone else's base, considering that the entrance to the base is very narrow. Any all-in push for them requires a lot of losing your own men. As of course, if you're evenly matched, I mean, if they got no army, then it wouldn't make any difference, but they do have an army, gosh darn it. What a mighty fine army is. Still double Seraphins knocking about like they own the place. Missionary laying hands upon himself, all on his own. Sounds like a standard Saturday night to me. But Falcon Grav Tank now going to be countering that war truck. Do you think you can get vehicles? Well, Sonny Jim, I can get vehicles myself, says the Kez in that exact accent. And some knobs out. But unable to really get anywhere near their intended target. Might want to actually use the war truck for transporting purposes. You don't normally see it. I do believe that the big mech has his teleport up. Just waiting for the right time to strike. There's no time like the present, Mr. Big Mech. Get involved. Show him your fury, show him your starch. Probably trying to bait out a fallback before teleporting some... he's teleporting straight onto here. To take out that support platform. Very interesting choice. They do get it at the cost of losing their own morale and maybe even a couple of models in the process. Over on this side, we've got the Chaos Army regrouping, licking its wounds. And double defilers nonchalantly crab walking down south. But the crabs are happiest. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Left hand side, the Eldar are defending against an Orc incursion. Right hand side, heretics and zealots alike engage in a war as old as time itself. But not doing all that much. They can't see half the people that they're meant to be killing, which is not very useful. The Orcs, or at least the big knobs, are getting a couple of scratches on the paint of that Falcon Grav Tank, but not doing too much in the way of damage. An angelic visage being enacted on a lot of these ladies. Cultists, once they've been seen, they get almost instantly crushed. Knob squad over here taking out the listening shrine, and yeah, it's quite a hodgepodge match at the moment. Both sides relatively even in strength, with the Eldar able to counteract those very specific threats with their fire dragons. But Epial looking to see what he can conjure up next. He's already taken out the listening post in this, or listening shrine, sorry, in this relic. Or whatever you call it. Are they called listening? Nah, they're called listening posts. That's what Chaos calls them. The Orcs trying to chase around these fire dragons as the horror squad take little flamey high fives into the face of this war truck. Celestians now going to go for all their multi-melter guns and the regular melter guns. Ideal for breaking a stalemate when the opponent has so many vehicles. So much so, in fact. What's his current? Yeah, 12 over 13. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of defilers, but that is also quite a lot of Celestians as well. But being supported by horrors, who really knows what they're capable of. Got some warp spiders here. for that maneuverability. And Nob's not ready to get close for bashing. And he's going to hide away down in this corner like the brave orcs that they are. And the Sisters of Battle looking to maybe reconvene with their southern side. I suppose on a map like this, one really useful thing to do would be to gang up on an opponent. But it's quite hard to do that on a map like this, considering of how small it is and how central the main fighting area is. Almost like how a fly, well, sorry, how honey attracts a bee. Or is it flowers that attract a bee? I don't know, I'm not a biologist. Would you believe it? But yeah, the critical location just attracts trouble. As do all critical locations. But everyone kind of stood around now. Mad has got one chance and one chance only to continue this best of 5. And it looks like they intend to do so. With relish and gay abandon. But the Defiler artillery... Oh my goodness, what's going on over here? Ah, Storm Boys, okay. Oh, for a second I thought I missed a major engagement. No, never mind. And the Nobs are going to push forward. Orcs pressing on the left... Oh, sorry, Eldar pressing on the left-hand side there. A flanking manoeuvre if ever I saw one. Commissar throwing on a big smitey smite. One squad wipe there. But they will hold for as long as they can. Angelic Visage on the Celestians now. Celestians quite useful in close combat and range combat, so it doesn't look like that they mind too much where they end up in this skirmish. And the Orcs actually, even though the morale's broken, their numbers are quite large. And their war trucks are still online. The main thing to worry about is this line of Defilers. They could take those guys on, then that will cut the head off this supposed Hydra. Yeah, even with Orcs at their rear, will not stop the force of chaos from impeding on the Sisters' good and holy work. Triple war trucks standing the test of time against these Defilers. The big purpley doodad sprouting around on the backside there, not sure what that was. Probably something useful. Yeah, the Sisters of Battle, yeah, they've just came... They just went and thought, you know what, this base is ours now. You can't do anything about us. So Mad do manage to clutch on there and continue this series of games. So let's go see what's happening in the next one. Alright, so game number 4. We have got Mads D-Star playing as the Orcs and his teammate Mads Epals playing as the Sisters of Battle. We have got the Blast Furnace representing Mortis Fan Club as the Imperial Guard. We've also got Stranger as the Orcs. So being the losing team in the previous game, they have picked Gurnham's Pass, a wide expanse, negative cover in the middle, one singular relic, smack bang in the middle to fight over. And they've also gone for a vanilla game as well, so that's quite exciting. But yeah, still, it's 2-1 at the moment? Yeah, 2-1 at the moment, so still in the favour of Mortis Fan Club. But Mad has got that foot in the door. Be interesting to see if they can squeeze out another victory. I'm going to see some standard openings from the Orcs here. No big mech as of yet, just capturing their stuff with an extra squad of shooter boys. No Seraphim opening for the Sisters. And to be fair, against the Orcs and the Imperial Guard, Seraphins are probably not your best opening, considering that there's loads of defensive capabilities for those factions. It might be useful to be capping and stuff, but in that previous game that we saw, the Seraphins had kind of like a negligible kind of impact on the game. So that is fair enough. Fair enough indeed. Stranger, well known for his Ultimate Apocalypse plays. And I think most people here are vanilla mains. I think it's only Stranger who more or less plays exclusively Ultimate Apocalypse, so we'll have to keep our eye on him and see how his UA skills transfer into vanilla. Physiarchal Servitor out on their own, looking quite vulnerable. Will be seen with his bright pink stabby bit. managing to narrowly avoid death. An orc action, but one's got a big mech. But the blast furnace comes in with that command squad. But not going to engage too early. Maybe they're feeling a little bit shy, a little bit cautious after getting their hand bitten in that previous game. Do have Stranger's big mech coming out. But D-Star wanting to take these guys on. They are standing in the heavy cover. And we do have a Commissar moving around the flanks. Probably not the best engagement for them to go for. Having to fall back. Yeah, no major engagement. What the Sister's going to go for? I haven't seen much. You've just gone for that quick tier 2. Going to go straight into the Celestians. Oh, right, okay, fair enough. Did not see that coming. No one ever expects the double Seraphim opening. Who needs tier 1? We go straight into tier 2. Slugger Boy's going to see if they can bash these Celestians about, but in close combat, the Celestians are going to win quite comfortably. But mind you, with a big mech in there and some shooter boys providing some supporting fire, quite a difficult situation to be in. They start bringing his own shooter boys, the big mech over, as a Sister gets thrown around like a bag of old chips. Orc and orc action. Guardsmen seeing what they can add to the hustle and bustle. Healing Hand's going to go on these Celestians, going to keep them alive for a significant amount longer. Also helps them tank damage if they're in the middle of combat as well. Guardsmen not where they want to be. This close combat scrum in the middle of all these French orcs. So they're going to ruin their day. Big Mate now going to reposition himself over here, going to try and cut off this commander as he slides and slinks about. Might even potentially get him. Yeah, there we go. One commander down. That's quite the loss for the Northern team here. But have the North been able to capture it? Yeah, they've been able to capture this relic in the middle. Also having a snag and a look-see at these critical locations as well. Big Mac being a little bit delayed in the teleport there, but gets out all the same. And these are... Oh dear, this is... Oh, it's like... Oh, that was a firing squad if ever I saw one. That's a lot of shooter boys there. A significant amount. It's going to be really difficult to take on these Celestians. We're going to need some serious anti-heavy infantry stuff coming out. I mean, the Guardsmen could go for plasma guns, but are they going to go for they're going to go for tier 2 now. They do not have their tactical control. Which, to be fair, is probably what they're going to need to keep up with the amount of DPS that's coming out. And especially now that these shooter boys are going to go for their big shooters. This is a very strong opening. Imperial Guard are going to build a... Well, when I say the Imperial Guard, Blast is going to throw down a infantry command and the Grot's going to build up for them. Also a turret and a listing post to be upgraded. So it's not going to be the easiest thing to assault. Imperial Guard are notorious for their ability to stand their ground and hold the line. But D-Star and EPLs, they've won a couple of games in their time. They've played a couple of Soulstorm games. They're no stranger to taking on a Guardsman fortress. Gonna swap out some of their regular bolter guns for some melter guns. I'm gonna go whole hog there. Not gonna go for the multi-melters as well. Just a little bit, just a taste of building, destroying stuff. Got another heavy bottle turret being built round the back here. Also some minefields. And here they come with a big push. Seeing what they can do about it. Gonna move straight forward, but into the close confines of that minefield, possibly. Do not want to be there. Infantry command being taken down more or less instantly. It's that big mech teleporting in. And sextuple big shooters making very light work of anything that they shoot at. Yeah, Blasted Stranger really suffering from that early aggression that did not go to their favour. Sure, of course, they captured the relic in the middle, but that is only one strategic point bonus for them. I mean, the strategic points also give them a little bit of a additional blue money bonus as well, but nothing really to write home about, nothing to lose so many models over. Now we're going to start marching over onto this side. The knob's coming out. And if there's one thing Stranger likes to do, he likes to bring those guys out straight to the face, and here they go. But problem with those melee squads is if someone doesn't want to be in melee with you, it's quite hard to force them into it. Last infantry squad's been pushed back, but they are going to be joined by a priest sooner or later. A whole firing line of grots here trying to repair that boys' hut. And a lonely listing post over on this side going to be destroyed by sisters and orcish brutes alike. Another squad of knobs on their way in. I mean, yeah, the sisters, or the Celestians, will still do a fair bit of damage to them, but as they grow in number, they're going to become more and more difficult to take on. Especially when they've traded away a couple of their guns for melter guns. Big mech of the Southern variety teleports in. Opens fire. And pushing these guys back. This is an overwhelming force. The Orcs love a scrap anyway. Got a priest and a squad of guardsmen with a commissar in their ranks. Moving in for a flanking manoeuvre. Good lord, whose Orc is who? Well, Stranger's Orcs are yellow, and D-Star's Orcs are blue and white. So if that helps you with your visual things, then go for it. Fill your boots, kiddo. Here comes some D-Star Grots. Most aggressive Grot players. In fact, yeah, so far, every single game we've had an aggressive Grot player. This is the new meta, boys and girls. Learn it. Improvise, adapt, overcome. The Northern team have had their army split up. Imperial Guard being pushed back all the way back to base. Knobs over here. Trying to chill out, but has to be said that D-Star has got no chill here. He's looking for that gold. He's looking for that prize. And heavens to Betsy, the Imperial Guard have gone down, leaving only Stranger left. He's won a many a 2v1, has Stranger, so don't count him out. The sheer amount of knobs that he's got. More knobs than sense, some would say. But is it the ideal composition to go up against lots of big shooters and lots of Celestians? No matter which group he goes for, he's still going to feel the pain. Especially with a Confessor. Absolutely murdering a couple of knobs there. War Truck also going to be adding its ranged fire support over here. And now the Orcs numbers are dwindling and Stranger does surrender right there. Well, Jesus Christ, that's so it's gone from 3-0 to sorry, not 3-0, it's gone from 2-0 to 2-1. Now it's 2-2. So got one more game, and whoever wins this game wins the first ever Sunrise Parabellum tournament. Hope you're excited. I'll see you in the next game. Alright, so final game. Let's see how we go. We've got Blast Furnace as the Eldar, and we've got Stranger as the Orcs. Whereas we've got Mads Epials as the Sisters of Battle, and we've got Mads D-Star as the Orcs. Still in vanilla. That is what Mortis Fan Club has chosen. They've gone for a little bit of a bigger map. A lot of the maps we've seen so far, they've been quite claustrophobic, shall we say. And it's kind of like forced people into like early engagements and some early skirmishes that maybe aren't all that favourable. So going for a bigger map, playing a little bit slower. Maybe going into those later tiers, which the Orcs do quite like, as they've got lots of options later on in the game. Eldar as well, with their Warp Spiders, their Seer Councils and all that stuff. Do quite appreciate how Mad has stuck to their guns. Regardless of what they expect, they will continue playing what they feel comfortable with. And sometimes in the grand scheme of things, when you look at comfort picks or versus counter picks, generally, even if you know that you're going to be countered, playing something that you're comfortable with tends to be the way forward. You're going to see some Rangers from the Blast Furnace here, as well as a Reaper Aspect Stone add-on. So these guys Good for annoying the orcs. They only have the big mech as a infiltration detection unit in the tier 1. And I mean, well, the sisters, they've got blooming the missionaries, which are relatively easy to kill. So definitely not a bad shout are the rangers. Plus also, I mean, I imagine for the first bit of the game, you don't have to worry about the missionaries because they're too busy capturing the points. The stick post over here will be shot up. Kind of fragile building. Not going to stand up to even Guardian fire for very long. Seraphims catching these orcs out and about. Good map for the Seraphims. Lots of room for them to kind of just mosey around and shoot things. All's got these lots of terrain features that they can jump over to keep themselves safe. Sure, boys, not moving. They're quite comfortable staying in the middle. They've got a big mech to join themselves soon. Over on this side, the Eldar are going to be running straight over here, looking like they might potentially try and collapse over on Epials. Though they are going to be distracted by these Slugger boys here. Dark Reaper's trying to maneuver out the way. Big mech almost getting a melee attack off on those Rangers, but not quite. Yeah, Slugger's not giving up. They are continuously chasing those Dark Reapers about. Over on this south side, Stranger looking to see if he can continue his push, but double Seraphims might be a little bit dangerous for him to go on against. A couple of low health models in there. D-Star pulls back. And now we've got a good amount of Dark Reapers and Rangers coming forth. Adding to the firepower of the Orcs here. How much of a defense do you have? Not much. You've just got those double Seraphims and Slugger Boy squad, but we do have some friendly Orcs on the northern side, ready to flank if they should or could. But the Eldar are sat in the heavy cover here. It's very difficult to move them on from this position. Oh, this poor missionary. Where are you going? Oh, healing of hands. Okay, fair enough. That'll keep you alive for as long as you need, as long as you want. Seraphims now going to jump straight in the middle. Dark Reapers adding their fire to the centre. How did you get over here, Dark Reapers? You just walk around. Either way, being engaged in close combat by the Slugger Boys, I'll certainly send them away. Stranger uses his big mech to full effect. Crumping any gets to get anywhere close to him. And these guys are falling back. Dear oh dear. Sure, boys, 9 men in the squad. Big mech going to continue the chase, as well as these Seraphims. Target priority is those Dark Reapers. Managing to get one model off, but they are quite fast and nimble. Absolute skirmish here. Unsure really what's going on at this point, let's be honest. Rangers trying to get some good shots off, but they will be flamed up by the listing post over on the left-hand side. And they are going to run home. With the Seraphims in between their legs. Quite sizable. In fact, yeah, I think this has been a tournament finals of the tier 1s. Just as many infantry units as possibly you can. Trying to establish that early map presence and dominance. Big mech teleporting away with just one Slugger Boy, very low on health. Managing to save his death days for another day. What on earth has been fired at down here? What were you? You were a shooter boy. Fair enough. The only good shooter boy is a dead shooter boy from the perspective of the Sisters of Battle. Big mech looking to screen these guys away as the shooter boys start equipping themselves with some big shooters. Yeah, Big mech losing the morale from these Rangers. Seraphims, though, double of them are going to come over. The worst nightmare of these Dark Reapers, apparently. Everywhere they go, they're being hounded by these flying ladies. We'll hide behind a friendly Orcish listing post, hoping that that might be able to stem some sort of that tide. But does not look like it at all. Those Rangers still been spotted. We know some more shooter boys coming in. And the Seraphians might be able to squeeze out that last Ranger. Yeah, there we go. Ranger goes down. Big Mech also teleports over here to get involved in some more crumping. Not a moment wasted. He just wants to get involved, get himself turning his skin from green to red in a mad procession of violence, mayhem, and death. What's the economies at the moment? 104 and 10. And, sorry, 92 and 30 and 104 and 20 compared to 86 and 30 and 110 and 10. Okay, alright. That makes sense. So even economies, more or less, Ballistic Tron over here is going to go down. In fact, yeah, to be honest, a lot of the economies from all these games have been quite even all the way through, which just shows the high skill, or high-skilled nature of the players here. Taking up more or less at the same time, keeping their economies afloat. Lots of scrapping. These have not been clean games at all. Some of them been very back and forth. Could have been already over. What are you? Oh, you are Storm Boys. Okay, fair enough. For a second I thought there was an Eldar Webway gate, but there's no... Why would they build an enemy one in their own base? That's what I want to know. Missionary, he doesn't care. He's just going to walk straight in. At least he was trying to walk straight in. Before the shooter boy said, no, thank you. He's going to chill out over on the south side. Let the Storm Boys do the work. Problem is, with Dark Reapers, the moment you run away from them, the moment they're able to open fire. But the Storm Boys are looking to kill those Burn Singers to prevent this support portal from opening up. But that is not on the cards today, I'm afraid, boys. Over on this side, quite the engagement. Seraphians once again activating that angelic visage. Sorry. And just melting anyone and everyone in front of them. Storm Boys are zooming around, full speed ahead. So yeah, so the Eldar are going to go for some vehicles. I imagine, Falcon Grav Tank is probably the way forward in this one. Orcs look like they are... What economy are you in at the moment? 55, so you're in tier 2. So, I mean, you could either go for some war trucks or war tracks that we've seen before. Make an anticipatory addition to your composition by bringing out some tank busters. Which are all not terrible ideas. All not terrible ideas at all, but I think these guys really need to stick together to coordinate your attacks. If you can get two guys to fall on one at the same time, that'd be amazing, but we also have some of Mad's D-Stars, Storm Boys, in the middle of the Blast's base. And we'll soon be upgrading itself a Star Cannon, able to help it damage heavy infantry. Got Harlequin here, trying to protect this sacred and holy structure. Do manage to scare them away before any real damage is done. Now that can be broken, can't be fixed, unless it's a broken heart, of course. But yeah, just wonderful little attacks here and there, picking apart the Eldar's economy. Very entertaining to watch. There we go, some Tank Busters coming out to play. And these guys are only getting warmed up. Celestian's now out. None of that quick tier 2 rubbish. No, he played a tier 1 like a real champion this time. You can't eat your dessert until you've eaten your main. That's what my mum always said. And that's what he's doing with these Seraphins. Not going for the Celestian straight away. Probably left a bitter taste in his mouth. That's a staunch line of green. That's a lot of green to be seen. Confessor throwing down a big smite. Killing a fair few lads. And Tank Busters having no tanks to bust. Being a little bit left out. Over on this side of Harlequin. Sees that war truck and gives him a big old back flip kick. Not bad at all. Brock's going to be repairing that stuff as the game goes on. And yeah. Celestian's been further imbued with power by their Confessor, which does give them a attack damage increase. Also makes their morale generation a lot quicker, if memory serves me correct. Absolute chaos and pandemonium Orcs on one side, and also the other. Falcon Grav tanks using their mass to ward off the evils of the Seraphins. But against triple war trucks, I've got some... Hold on one sec. A pit stop crew. So the moment they start losing wheels and armour, well, they could just call up the Grots, and the Grots will give them the good fix. Seraphins charging again. His ladies do never stop. Always on the grind. Big Mech throws out a big zap on the Falcon Grav tank. Does manage to narrowly get away, he says. Yes, he does. Well done. But hit and run, that sounds like the word of the day here. Going to try and decap that point from Stranger. Seeing the Giga Chad fall down. Truly a sight to behold, an emotional one at that. That's fine. Over on this side, we have got Fire Dragons going up against the taint of the Grot Squad. Yeah, using the Seraphins' vision, able to get a view on what they wanted to destroy. That is certainly what they've done. And with the Orc base collapsing around them, I mean, what kind of... Have you got any lads left? You have got one squad of... Where are you? Where are you? Oh, you're infiltrating, never mind. Haha! Clearly, I don't have infiltration detection myself. I have to invest in one of those bionic eyes. Oh, that Facebook VR headset that they've released recently. Which sounds like an awful, awful idea, but for the young people watching this, the older you get, the more ideas sound like bad ideas. That's because they usually are. Webway Gate being attempted to be built up by Blast Furnace. Stick a Webway healing station on there and you've got yourself a really defensible fallback position. The Eldar are massing in numbers. They've got their Wraithlord. I mean, quite battered and bruised, but a Wraithlord all the same. I mean, what the sisters are going to do to counteract that? They are... Oh, we're just upgrading the commanders. That's fair enough. But the Orcs do have a mech shop or two to try. Does not have the economy to rebuild most of the stuff, though, Stranger. Especially when all these Celestian squads have like a bajillion million Inferno pistols firing out. Like Brighton Beach on a Sunday night. So drunk... Not Sunday, Saturday night. You can see the lights in the air. I'm going to say no one packs on a Sunday, surely. Of course, you're under 21. In which case, Godspeed to you. I still party, but I suffer. Suffer greatly with my age. Anyway, the Orcs are... yeah, oh, so not the Orcs, the Celestians. Thinking, oh, right, well. So we thought we got you before. Well, let me get you again. And here they go. Lots of damage. Which is a sad time for all. Got a good amount of Eldar. Got some Warp Spiders in there for flanking. Fire Dragon for killing the war trucks. The Fire Dragon, sadly, I've got a bit too close to the fire. Stormboys jumping on top of these Dark Reapers, but Warp Spiders will do the same and try and scare them away, and which they do. Time Busters over here, soon to slink away into the Dark Night. But not until they've taken out at least a couple of Wraithlords. Was that a tank zapper I saw that? Well, clearly not, because he's running away. And where is Stranger's base gone? He's gone... Oh, he's got one boy sort over here. They're still in the game, technically. Still in the game, still alive and kicking. Might even be able to produce that all-ever-important winning Slugger Boy. Who might change the tide of battle. Canoness with Celestians. A little bit of a premature... yeah, a little bit of premature blinding light there. Probably would like to see that double Warp Spider Squad jump in before you activate it, but I imagine that Epilas was trying to bait out a teleport in, which would have been amazing. Would have allowed them to push back quite a lot. War trucks on this side. Feeling the pressure of the bright lances of the Wraith Lords. And some... Oh, this is bad news. Flash gets 2 squads in total for D-Start. Able to wipe the floor clean of anyone's guts and bits. Should they remain in range combat with them for too long. Gonna push Blast Furnace all the way back home. Double Harlequins there. 1 Harlequin should be enough to tie up a Flashgate squad for quite some time. So 2 should be amazing. Fire Dragons over here, been left out. And being killed. No, the Fire Dragons aren't going to engage in this sort of uncorrigible melee combat. They're going to do it the good old-fashioned way with swords. Swords and pointy ears. The Seraphins still on the hunt for destroying anything Orcish remnants left over. But yeah, they've got very little to go on at the moment. Triple Warp Spiders is not a bad idea, but they've got that Mad Dock on, so if they jump in and try and burst them down, they can simply just refuse to die. And the Blast Furnace throws out that GG, which means, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mad has won the first ever Sunrise Parabellum tournament. How exciting is that? So well done, round of applause to those boys, and I want to say to everyone who took part in this tournament, thank you ever so much for taking part. It's first tournament I've ever held in my life, not just Dawn of War, but also like anything ever in general. I'm really appreciative to everyone who was supporting this, to Max and Jagus for casting some of the games for us earlier on, as well as Jagus for making all the beautiful artwork that you've seen, and the animations for the people's names and stuff. But yeah, I will make this wonderful super duper epic trophy poster for Mad to be displayed in the tournament discussion board forever and ever, amen. And in the future, when I can attain the emotional strength to do another tournament, which Lord knows when that will be, but we'll do another one, and it will be for cash prizes. I'm thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I've got no idea how I'm going to refine this tournament. I've got a few ideas, but I'll do like a little vlog video sometime in the near future. I'll get your ideas. We'll ask you some questions and stuff. Not you personally, you as in the audience, but maybe, yeah, you know what, yeah, you personally as well. So yeah, anyway, if you like this channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you 1 extra game a week and voting privileges for future games. And also there is a Discord, where Discord things happen. My name's Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never short. I will see you in a bit. Peace.